And
Let me just get that stream.
start the meeting.
We gotta get live stream. YouTube.
Aloha mai kako.
Oh, hang on, sorry, we're still waiting on the live stream to go up. 1 second.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're good to go. Go ahead, Matt. Thank you.
Okay. Aloha mai kako. Good morning, everyone. The hybrid meeting of the Cultural Resources Commission will now come to order. Quorum has been established with, I believe it's 5. Is that correct? 5 members in attendance. Today is Wednesday, August 13, 2025. It is currently 10:01 a.m. Pursuant to Act 220, Sessions Law of Hawaii 2021, which amended the Sunshine Law to allow meetings to be remotely conducted online effective January 1st, 2022, the Cultural Resources Commission will host a hybrid meeting of online and in-person participants. An in-person location has been identified on the agenda for the public to provide testimony on agenda items and to view the meeting. This meeting can also be viewed live online. A link to the YouTube live stream is provided on the county website. The video recording will remain on the YouTube channel for those who are not able to watch it live. Reports and surveys reviewed during the hearing are available on the county website. Commissioners, please be reminded that only one person may speak at a time. Raise your hand to be recognized if you have a question or comment. Commissioners, please introduce yourselves and report if others are present in your location. I'll start. My name is Matthew Clark. I'm the chair. I am alone in my office today. I see Janet.
Hi, I'm Janet 6. I'm alone except for 2 dogs. They're very discreet in my home office. Thank you.
Darde.
Aloha, good morning. I'm Dardy Gamayo. I am at work in the Kappa studio, but I'm by myself.
Aaron.
Hi, aloha. I'm on my phone at work. My door's shut, but the rest of the office has got people, but no one's in here with me.
Okay, and Ku'ule.
Aloha pumehana ia kako o wau ku'ulei ke kealani a ohe kanaka ma ku'uhale. I'm ku'ulei ke kealani. No one is at home with me. Mahalo.
I believe that was everyone. Is that correct? CRC staff support joining us today are Bethany Morrison, Planning Program Manager, Kim Tanaka, Planner, Ashley DeVera, Board Secretary, and Jean Campbell, Deputy Corporation Counsel. Pursuant to HRS 92-3, interested persons who want to provide oral testimony may do so either at the beginning of the meeting when the board takes public statements on the agenda or immediately before the specific agenda item is called. Staff, please indicate if there are any members of the public wishing to provide testimony online or in person.
No public testifiers, Chair.
Okay, and do you have any updates you'd like to provide before we get to the first agenda item?
Sure, I can provide a couple of updates. We have a couple of legislative changes that happened. So we have Act 293, which really talks about the definition of historic property. And a little bit gets into streamlined review processes. We're still waiting for this. This became effective July 3, 2025, but we're still waiting for SHPD to really roll this out and give us any guidance. Similarly, Act 160 was also passed and was effective July 1, 2025. And this one changes response deadlines for different types of projects for SHPD. And again, they're still sort of working through their processes. They probably will need to update their administrative rules to implement this. And so I anticipate that there's going to be more opportunity for the commission to review those rules if they choose to do so. So that's just a couple of updates from legislative changes that happened. And then finally, we had three National Historic Preservation Section 106 consultations that were handled administratively, all for telecommunications improvements in the time since your last meeting. I think that's all the updates I have for you, Chair.
Sorry, I was muted. And Bethany, you're kind of new to joining us at these meetings. There were some updates on staffing at planning.
Sure, yeah. So previously, Kevin Sullivan was staff to the CRC. He has moved to a different division in our department. And so while we work to fill different positions, I'm sort of stepping in as staff to CRC. I am the Long Range Planning Program Manager for our Long Range Division. I'm happy to be here and support you folks. Nice to meet you.
Mahalo. And I noticed we had one more commissioner join us. Kealoha, do you want to just introduce yourself and let us know if anyone's in the room with you?
Yeah, Kalamai for being late. My name is Kelo Okini, and I am in my office, and I'm alone.
Okay. So there's no public testimony at this time. I think we will jump right into the business of the commission. The first item is discussion of Kauai High's significance to Hawaii's history and concerns regarding potential loss of historic resources. This is in the Aokoa of Kauai High 1 and 2, the district of South Kohala on Hawaii Island. And long-range planner Miriam Palama and Kauai High community member Jojo Tanimoto will lead this discussion. Go ahead.
Mahalo, Chair. Aloha, everybody. I'm Mariam Palma with the Planning Department. I supervise the community planning section, and within that, we manage the community development plans and the community development plan action committees. At a recent South Kohala CDP Action Committee meeting, the committee voted to support committee member Jojo Tanimoto to pursue preservation efforts within the Kauai High community. They come with that using strategy 1.6, where of the CDP that states the county shall encourage and support revitalization of Kauai High's cultural and historic resources. Through that, coming to the Cultural Resource Commission was one of the lists, one of the options that Ms. Jojo Tanimoto is pursuing. She has various sites throughout the area. I'm going to share a screen real quick just to give you guys a look at our CDP. Let's see there. You guys should see our document. Let me know if you don't. Within the South Kohala Community Development Plan, Table 2.10 shows historical and cultural sites in Kauai High. It lists 9 sites. One of the goals by committee member Jojo Tanimoto is to add to that list other sites that may be missing. I'm going to pull up our map of the region, and to Jojo, if you're online, if you could help kind of speak to some of these spaces and what you're interested in. We're kind of thinking that hopefully the commission can form a permitted interaction group to do further investigation on some of these sites and to see where they stand in terms of their preservation status and other needs that could be happening to support that preservation of those sites. Auntie Jojo?
Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for bringing this subject forward. I just came from the Office of Hawaiian Affairs community meeting that is going on right now, and this is one of the items that was brought up this morning to advocate for the cultural site. The group is concerned because the Department of Hawaiian Homeland recently did a regional plan update, and there is no conservation designation on the Kauai High areas. And in fact, they even put the industrial area. There's a family that has a residential lease that's within the industrial area. They didn't know the family there. So, you know, that kind of errors are very concerning to us. The other things, bridges are being inventory by the State Department of Transportation, and they do not want to include those bridges as historic. And neither the fish pond that was there and, you know, stuff like that. They don't even want to include conservation sites, burial sites, church sites. We have a crypt even from the Kealaho church site, and that is not even included in anybody's inventories anymore. And so the only ones that we have right now is registered by the National Park Service, which is only the 3, but they do not include the Queen's Bath, which is in that property as well. So errors like that and development by Department of Hawaiian Homelands going forward is really a problem for us. It creates concerns because of the enlarged amount, updated amount of traffic that's going to be going through Kauai High and having to use these historic sites as part of their development. And the beneficiaries here have not been able to register these sites. Nobody has funds. Nobody can raise monies. And so today, again, we went back to Office of Hawaiian Affairs to ask for their advocacy because they hired 2 new directors that supposedly supposed to do the cultural resource. They have not returned any phone calls. We have not had any updates. It's almost like our poor trustee is so busy that he has not been able to represent us on this side. And development is going faster than anybody is keeping up. So the beneficiaries, and that's not only me, because today they all sitting in the pavilion talking with OHA, and they all agree at the meeting today, the same concerns that I have. So we really would appreciate your advocacy in recognizing all of these cultural sites, historic sites, traditional practices for Kauai High, because otherwise it's going to be gone. Thank you. Back to you, Mariam.
Mahalo, Auntie Jojo. So Auntie Jojo has shared a list of some places to start that include burial sites, historical sites, cultural sites, and trails, Malcolm to Makai trails that may not have, and we're unsure about the status of a lot of these places. But yeah, so I think that's the overall ask to the commission, and me and Auntie Jojo are here for any questions or comments or anything like that.
Oh, Miriam, I have a question too that is not listed, and that is the history of sugarcane. And once upon a time, the sugar used to come from Kohala to the Kauai High Harbor. And there is no trails showing where the train tracks were. Of course, the one that goes from Puako Lalamilo probably went to the Puako Small Boat Harbor, but that is already gone too. So before Kauai High is forgotten, we'd like to mention that there's a train track going to the harbor. That's how they shipped it out. Thank you. Any questions?
Mahalo Jojo for, I know you work really hard to advocate for the heritage of this area, and we've seen you here before. And, we are here to help and share your concerns. And, I think I'll open this up to questions from the commissioners. And one thing I heard is that they'd like perhaps to set up a permitted interaction group, and that's something we can make a motion for after. But if there are specific questions or thoughts that you guys would like to share first, please feel free to jump in right now and ask those.
I have my hand up. Can
Yes,
I go?
please go ahead.
I'm trying to be good and put my hand up. Hi, I'm Janet Six. I'm the county archaeologist for Maui County, and in my position there, I have access to all kinds of statewide data. And I just did a quick hike search, and there are over 30 sites within 2 miles radius of Kauai that are documented, including very famous ones such as Forbes Cave, right? That's a half a mile away. You've got Big Heiau. So we understand that this landscape was culturally important in the past, absolutely. Unfortunately, these data sets are always partial. Matt knows this, as others, as they come from formal archaeological inventory surveys or some kind of educational or college university studies. So it's a partial data set, but just given what I can see in the immediate area, both pre and post contact sites, that I can understand JoJo's concern. And I do see this constantly on Maui in my work where, there's nothing there. So I think it's important, and I would be happy to work on that task force with anybody. I'm also, my PhD's in sugar plantations, so I do appreciate the nod towards plantations in the sense that they are part of our history, even if it might be a part that isn't as stellar as others. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there, just doing a quick search, and I'm happy to share my screen if anyone wants to see, but there are 2 burial caves within a half a mile of the harbor itself, and of course the large heiau in the national park, as well as other information. So that's what I have. Thank you.
Mahalo. Commissioners, any other questions? I guess I do have a question. And Jojo, maybe you can help me understand better how we can best assist you. I know there was mentioned the community development plan, getting sites listed on there. Are you also with the State Historic Preservation Division, checking on the status of listings? Perhaps even working with the county to get certain properties flagged if they have historic properties on them. So when development permit comes, are there other specific asks that you have for us?
Yeah, I had a problem trying to, I speak Pidgin English, yeah, so it's hard to get my linguistics correctly. But because it's not registered with the state or the national NAGPRA, number one, we're asking for funding. Number two is we need to keep these because they are still viable. I mean, the bridges before the harbor, there's no other way to get to the harbor. If the bridge broke, nobody's going to get any cargo. You cannot go shopping. The fleet is stuck on the harbor. The other one would be the traffic that's going to be included. They're expanding the harbor. So they're going to put in another lane that means the flooding, the erosion. Already, Makahuna is eroded. It's all brown. Everything else on the Queen Emma side is green, but it's the Makahuna that historically went into the harbor. And they close off the harbor. We got that problem as well. We have to close off the Honokua Bridge. Now we got the homestead is stuck within Kauai because you got to pass the bridges to get to Kohala Ranch, which has the only alignment up to the Kohala Mountain Road. Otherwise, you're stuck at home, like the tsunami. The harbor road was closed. You might as well stay home. You cannot get on a highway. Or if there's a fire, like they had a fire, they always have fires. We're stuck at home. And now the Firewise organization has helped with fire risk. They enclosed the Kailapa subdivision by fencing it all the way around. And there's no gate. So we have no evacuation as well. The harbor is stuck. We got 2 small boat harbors. The boats are all stuck. So what the ancestors left to us, you can understand today why they were here and not there. And it just happens to be on Hawaiian homes, but it's not in anybody's plan. And even the CEP, I had asked to get that one updated because the information in the document made way back in 2008 is not correct for Hawaiʻi. So there's all of these impacts as well as the historic sites. So we need to keep those things to protect our people safety-wise, for our food sustainability, for our living, because we might get washed out to sea the way it's eroding so quickly here. So we really could use your help. Thank you. I guess I still haven't figured out a way to ask all of that, but that's what that is.
Well, mahalo, and I do agree. I think one way that we could better understand how we could help would be to set up a permitted interaction group and to visit the area and perhaps meet with you and go see some of the sites. If you would be willing to participate in that.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. If there's no questions right at this time, I might just have someone make a motion to set up that group. And we can continue to ask questions after, but I do think that's one that we should pursue.
Well, I'll move to form action group regarding this matter.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Okay, a motion was made to form a permitted interaction group to visit the Kauai area with Jojo Tanimoto to discuss her concerns regarding the heritage and historic properties in the area and to assess how the CRC may be able to assist her with getting those listed and protected. Go ahead, Ku'ule, please.
Mahalo. I would definitely like to offer to be a part of the permitted interaction group and be a part of the site visits as well, and really to extend a voice of appreciation to you, Auntie Jojo, and to others who have this on their radars, right, for their respective places that they live, come from, are perhaps lineal descendants to however and whatever the connection may be to these places, to have people and individuals that that take the action, and so again, my leo mahalo ya oi I ke ia aua mo kuleana, for you to take these responsibilities to heart and put action to them. I definitely would also like to say to recognize for sure the importance, the significance of Kauai. For me is no question, right? To have been at one time a seat of government for Alapa'i Nui. You look at when his passing at Kikiako'i, he's going to pass forward his kingdom to his son, Keawe Opala. You look at Kauai as a landing place for Nui na lehu. There's just so many folks that have come to the shores of Kauai, ke keiki ali'i a liho liho. There is an excursion, a huaka'i, that's done by the son, Kahuku Hawaiʻi of Liho Liho, comes from Oahu, lands at Kauai, one amongst many, many. Kauai is certainly a favored place of the Kaholoi Vaiakanaulu, the Ho'ohai Akanaulu, the Mumuku, these famed winds of Kauai. So many layers of cultural significance to this storied landscape of Kauai. So just to lend this voice of support in that, to recognize absolutely the significance, yes, historically, traditionally, but that it continues today. The significance of Kauai remains. And so, oia ihola, mahalo anui.
Mahalo. Uncle Des, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, just mahalo ku'ele. Kalamai for coming on late. I would know a Wi-Fi disparities. But I also want to jump on this. I also sit on the council for many years, and maybe I came on late and missed. Aloha, Jojo. Hello, Auntie.
Aloha.
About funding and stuff like that. Aloha. So through the years, we've helped many establish a nonprofit status to go after funding and stuff like that. And we've been successful not only on Maui, but also here at the Borough Council. So if we can also maybe off of this, we can talk Star and get you started on that. I do have a nonprofit that we use to umbrella someone else until such time they can establish their own 501c6 actually. But mahalo for that. And yeah, I'm in on that. I'm very familiar with that area. My family goes back many generations as far as Kauai is concerned. So mahalo for your space and time, Auntie. And yeah, e holomua hoi. Mahalo ke akua.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. And Darty, I saw your hand up.
Darty. Thank
Darty, apologize.
No worries. I just wanted to say thank you, Auntie Jojo, for, your steadfastness and making sure that, we take the time to look at all of these places that are well known, but also more so the ones that are not known. That's so important that we have people like you step forward, as well as the commissioners here on this commission that volunteer to do the things that we do. And I would definitely be willing to be a part of that team as well, to go and visit and learn more and do my part in that. Unfortunately, I need to leave. I am at work, and we got called into a mandatory meeting just last night, so I need to excuse myself and step out of this meeting. But again, my mahalo to each of you guys for being a part of this commission and I am learning. This is only my second meeting, but I gotta tell you, I've been such a bookworm, just reading everything. My husband's like, "Hey, you watching TV tonight?" And I'm like, "No, I'm reading." But I just geek out on this kinds of stuff. I'm a terror, but I geek out on this stuff. So anyways, mahalo you guys, and I will check you guys out at the next meeting. I'll go ahead and catch up later with this meeting and watch it on the YouTube. Thank you.
Okay, mahalo. We still have quorum, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if there's we're open to more discussion. Otherwise, we have a motion on the table that we can vote to approve if we'd like. Is there any more discussion? Okay.
I want to add that if Auntie, if we need to have a place to meet, we can go to Hale Kukui, where we have our halavais for Makali'i. So that is not a problem. I just need to know a date and time. So he can know awale pilikia. Mai hopo hopo.
Wonderful. Mahalo.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to get the VA included because that was the landing site for our ancestors.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he can.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Then we can vote first to approve the motion, and once it's approved, we can, I guess, set up the folks who will be joining the interaction group. So the motion is to all in favor of approving the motion to form a permitted interaction group, please say aye.
I
Aye.
Aye.
I believe that's unanimous. Sorry, any opposed, say nay.
Oh, thank you, folks. Mahalo.
Mahalo for joining us, and I think now we will see who's on the group, and I guess the staff will set up a date for us later. Is how it works. I heard Kutle volunteer to join. I would certainly love to join if there's space. I think we're limited to 3 in number. Is that correct?
I think it's
we
just
should
less than
expect-
quorum. Jean, can you confirm?
Yes, any number up to just less than quorum, so you can do 4.
4, up to 4. Okay. So Darty, she volunteered before she left. Is there anyone else who would like to join this group?
Well,
Okay.
I mentioned that I would be happy to, but I think it's important that those with cultural ties have first stab at it. But if there's an opening, I'm happy to help.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think Janet, you should sit on it too with your Ike, your background. That would be important too. If you don't mind, Mr. Chair, also to ask Auntie Jojo if she has other, um, you know, people from that area or that she would like to speak, so that we can get all on the same page, get everybody included in this.
Yeah.
An open forum on this. So
Yeah, please go ahead, Jojo.
Yeah, we did have a site visit, and I had included people that have lineal ties to the burial sites that are there. So there was a number of 6 that was supposed to show up. They came late, I guess, because they did email me later and say, "Where are you guys?" You know, but we were on a site visit already. So I have a number of 6 that are lineal ties to these areas and the burials. So yeah, I'm going to say at least 6 people.
yeah. And just ask them that we stay focused on our purpose there, is to do a site visit and visit. So,
Mahalo.
and to bring lunch.
That's smart.
Food
Yeah.
always work, right, Auntie?
Got to bring a fishing pole because now everybody's at the harbor. Yes.
Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, I have one. Sorry, mate. So
ahead.
all communications with the group will be through CRC, correct?
I
So we
believe
can
that's
get
how
up
it
a
works.
record.
Is that
Yeah.
a date will be arranged, then they'll reach out, make sure who can make it, and I believe that's how it's going to happen.
Okay.
So we have several volunteers. I think Uncle Des, you were thinking of joining as well, and I'm more than happy to yield and once we have a date, I think we can decide on the 4 commissioners that will be joining.
I think you should come, and I'll come as a lineal descendant.
I still think they may not let us do that.
Completely off the record. Hi,
Yeah.
Jean.
So really, you should form your permitted interaction. So identify the people today, and
Okay.
then, the up to 4 of you. It doesn't need to be 4, so you can either be 2, 3, 4, whatever you like. Those people, then you just go ahead and schedule, and you're welcome to meet with, whoever you want to, who's not a commission member. They don't count towards your 4. And you're welcome to schedule that, at your convenience. But it is important to identify your 4 committee members now.
Yeah, I'll step away. I think, Matt, you need to, because of your archaeological mind. I think you should be on that group. But I'll surely attend.
Okay, then I guess we have 4 identified, which would be myself, Commissioner Gamayo, Commissioner Kekeolani, and Commissioner 6. And that's the 4. Any other discussion, questions on this?
I'll bring my flags and protest signs. That was for Jean.
Okay, then I think we're gonna close this one. I really mahalo Jojo for coming to us, and we look forward to meeting with you and to working on this, and hopefully we're able to help in a way that will be lasting and productive.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yep.
Mahalo. That's the end of the business of the commission for today. We can move on to administrative
Sorry,
matters.
Chair, you haven't taken your vote yet on that permitted interaction group. Did you?
Yes, we voted to approve the permitted.
Okay. Sorry. I got confused with the naming of the members. So I think we're good then, Jean? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're on to administrative matters. Which is approval of minutes from the June 18th, 2025 meeting. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Cultural Resources Commission meeting held on June 18th, 2025?
I'll make that motion. This is Commissioner Spielman.
Can I have a second, please?
I'll second that, Commissioner Haumea.
Okay, it was moved by Commissioner Spielman and seconded by Commissioner Haumea. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I,
Opposed, nay. Minutes approved as circulated. The next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Staff, are there any additional announcements?
No additional announcements, Chair, other than we'll be setting up a meeting with yourself and Vice Chair Haumea to go over potential agenda items. We might have a couple of nominations coming forward at that meeting, but they haven't come in yet.
Great. And I guess I have a question. Is the goal to set up the permitted interaction group site visit prior to the next meeting? Or that is just based on people's availability?
Yeah, I don't think that that's needed, because we can go as long as the committee needs to as far as time wise, but we'll start looking into time commitments for folks as a follow-up.
Okay, mahalo. This concludes the items on the agenda. Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
I.
Aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Okay. Mahalo,
Aloha.
everyone. See you next time.
Mahalo.
Thanks, everyone.
Aloha.
Mahalo aku.